For more than 20 years, CTV has captured the moments that matter in our community. From our studios in St. Clair, you're watching Focus with Paul Dingeman.
Well, December is rolling along. Everything is getting so pretty. We got a little dust of snow here and there, and Santa Claus is just a couple weeks away. So many events going on. We are honored today to have representatives from the Port Huron Civic Theater, and they've got a play we're going to hear about from their president, Pete Fontero. Nice to see you. Welcome back to Focus Set, sir.
Good to see you again.
Talk to me about what this group of thespians that you brought along is going to be producing, or you're producing, but
I'm actually building the scenery this time.
You're the scenery,
yeah,
you're the set
scenery
man.
guy, yeah. But we're doing Dr. Dollitte Jr., and what we try to do once a year is do an all kids, I don't want to say children, but
That's great.
show, and that's our show this year, Dr. Dollitte 2. I mean, Dr. Dollitte Jr., I said that wrong. And what we do is we perform it, and we bring in the elementary schools from the area, and we perform matinees on Thursday and Friday for them. And then we have a show at 7 o'clock Friday night, the 16th, I believe, and then 7 o'clock on Saturday night, and we do this all at McMorran.
At McMorran, the beautiful
Yes.
theater.
Yeah.
How many seats? There's got to be 1,000 seats in there.
Yeah, I think there's about 500 on the main floor.
Wow.
And we're fortunate to have more than that for one of our shows, so with the children from the schools.
Dr. Dollitte Jr., I'm not familiar with that. Is that Dr. Dolittle is a movie and all of that?
Right.
What's the difference?
Well, the junior is a shortened version,
Okay.
and that allows us to do a shorter show so that the kids in school don't miss a lot of school, and it's also more made for the children performers rather than adults.
It's a musical.
Right.
How many numbers? How many?
How many numbers?
There's like
9.
9. Okay.
9 numbers?
I was gonna have a bigger number than that. But
Okay, well, make it 10.
let's run with that, shall we?
All righty, all righty. All right, well, you brought along some young actors, and they are all members of the Port Huron Civic Theater.
Yes.
Let's start with your daughter, Maya.
Mia.
Maya. You should be in that other play,
Mamma Mia.
Mamma Mia.
Here we go again.
Then I'd have my name right. How are you, dear? You were here when you were just a child of 6 years old.
Yes. And
Now you're an older woman at 14.
Yes, 8 years.
And talk to me about the role that you're playing, which is called Straight Arrow. What does Straight Arrow do?
Straight Arrow. What's interesting about Straight Arrow is she basically runs this animal. How do I describe this? She's the ruler of this island that is just a giant animal sanctuary. And
Just like at home, right?
yes, obviously. I'm kidding. I love you. Anywho, but she has a bunch of warriors, and she just she has a bunch of unique creatures. Specifically, every animal known to man or unknown or thought to be extinct. That is actually one.
How
of my
many numbers
lines.
do you perform?
Straight Arrow only performs in one. I perform in about 3 or 4.
Group numbers?
Yeah, like
Good.
as in the chorus, because, well, I'm just that magical, aren't I?
That's right, that's right. Next to you is Faith,
Mm-hmm.
right? I got the Faith Wilson. And you play Dab Dab the Duck, right?
Yep.
What is a Dab Dab the Duck?
Well, it's just a duck, and she goes to Dr. Dolittle for help because Dr. Dolittle is an animal doctor. So, because she hurt her wing and she flew into a fishing net.
Oh.
So,
I forgot to ask you, what grade are you? You said you were in 8th grade?
I am in 8th grade at Marysville Middle School.
Marysville Middle. Okay, how about you?
I'm in 6th grade, and I go to Fort Gratiot Middle School.
Fort Gratiot. Have you been in other plays for Port Huron Civic Theater?
Not for Port Huron Civic Theaters, but I've been in school plays.
School
before.
plays?
Mhm.
Do you like musicals or do you like drama?
I like musicals.
Do you? And how many numbers are you going to be in?
3.
3 numbers, okay. And next to you, next to Faith, is Vincent Olford. And you play a general, General Bellows. You like that role?
Yeah.
Okay, and what do you do in the play?
I'm kind of like the bad guy where like
Oh, no. We don't want to be bad guys at Christmas time.
he like doesn't like the animals and he's like enemies with Dr. Dolittle.
Okay.
So he doesn't want like all the animals to like be in town and stuff, so he tries to, well, he has this thing where it's like the Puddleby fox hunt, so he like hunts all the animals. And then I'm also, like, it's the same character, but he's also happens to be the judge in the courtroom.
Oh.
So Dr. Dolittle goes into the courtroom and then they have a scene there.
Good. And how many numbers are you in? Musical numbers?
About 3 or 4.
3 or 4 too? Do you like the music? Good. And on the end, we've got a Sparshoe. We've got a lady that's there. Your role is Madeline Mugg. What do you talk to me about that?
Well, my character Madeline, she's really bubbly and she's really stubborn, and she's friends with Dr. Dolittle, and she's also friends with Tommy Stubbs.
Mm-hmm.
I think I'm saying that right, yeah.
Yeah, you are.
And so she's friends with Dr. Dolittle, and she's kind of like his accountant, and she just kind of like finds patients for him. And so when he wants to go travel the world, he invites her along with Tommy and Polynesia, his parrot. And so yeah, I'm there when Polynesia asks him if he wants to learn to talk to animals because she can speak 2,000 languages.
Oh.
Yeah, and Dr. Dolittle wants to learn it all, and it takes 5 years, but I'm with him through it all, and yeah.
How many numbers are you in?
I am in all of them.
All of them. My God, is there a lot of rehearsal to this play?
Well, we have it 3 times a week, and we have it from 2 to 4 o'clock on Sunday, and then
Whoa.
for Tuesdays and Wednesdays, we are from 6 o'clock to 8 o'clock.
And does it go for rehearsal for 2 or 3 months, or what?
We've been rehearsing for at least a month and a half.
Wow. Well, that's going to be exciting. Let's go through the times and places again.
Okay. I am not sure what the matinee shows are. I think Thursday we're doing a morning. Is it an afternoon show or morning show?
Afternoon.
I think it's
Okay.
more. I
Very
don't know.
good.
I don't know.
Well, we're doing matinee shows on Thursday and Friday.
Are they open
for
to the public?
schools.
No, they're not open to the public.
Are they open to the public? No.
Okay.
I had to
We
just
don't want to
ask
worry
the
about
director
that, yeah.
off stage. And then Friday night we're doing 7 o'clock at night, and that's open to the public. And Friday and Saturday night are 7 o'clock shows.
And the
At
ticket
McMorran.
prices again?
$12 what is it? $15 adult, $12 kids? No, $10.
Okay.
Those are adult shows.
Okay.
As you can tell, like I said, I'm building scenes and
Right,
I'm doing
you-
lighting.
that's all right.
But I'm not, I haven't been involved in this one other than
My special.
walking by and acting like I'm in charge every once in a while.
That's all right. That's all right. Well, what do you like about being in Port Huron Theater?
I like it about it because it's near where I live. I live in Fort Gratiot. And so it's nice, kind of like a community theater.
Yeah.
And it just feels like a big, happy family. And we're just putting on a show, a place where you can just, be someone else
Right.
for once. Yeah.
Have you been in theater before?
I have. This summer I was in Lemonade Kid. I was the Lemonade Kid. So yeah.
Okay. All right. How about you now? Have you been in other plays?
Yeah, I just started doing theater for Port Huron Civic Theater when I was 4 years old.
Wow. What was your first play?
The Jungle Book.
The Jungle Book. And you did you have a big part, just a little part?
I was just a monkey.
You're a little kid in a little part. Okay. So you guys, we've talked about you you've had stuff at school.
Yeah.
And you're old.
I started when I was 6. I was in Miracle on 34th Street. I was a little baby squish. I was adorable. I got into Port Huron Civic Theater when I was 9 in a show called Schoolhouse Rock. I was in it with Vincent. Yeah. But it was just awesome. Later they had Peter Pan, which is when my dad got into it, and we just more and more have become a part of it, and we've led up
You're a
to
good
now.
team.
And I have been in multiple roles with Port Huron Civic Theater, including I was Templeton when they did Charlotte's Web. I was Talk when they did Phantom Toll Booth. Vince is also in that. Vince and I have been friends.
Lots of shows.
Lots of shows together. We
Well,
are
that's
friends.
great. Well, we encourage everybody to take some time out during the busy holidays and get over to McMorran and see this. It's a great show for kids and a great show for the family. So thanks for coming in, my friend.
Always.
Always
Have
a
a
good
great
pleasure.
holiday season.
Ladies and gentlemen, good luck. Break a leg, as they say.
Thank you.
We'll be back with our next segment in just a second. Last time we had a chance to take a look at the video from United Way. Their campaign for the year is just about ready to finish. They need your help. So let's take a look at that again this week.
Hi, my name is Ella. Last year, my dad brought home this button. I asked him where he got it from. He told me United Way. So I began to ask more questions. My parents couldn't answer everything, so my mom called United Way and asked if I could meet them. It was really neat, because I learned a lot. And because I had so many amazing questions, United Way asked if I could help them. Ta-da! Reporter Ella at your service. But what about me? United Way said that I get to do this. Can I be in it too? I'll see what I can do, Layla. That was my sister. She got to come along. Where was I? Oh, talking about my visit with United Way. I learned they have a whole bunch of heroes that give them money. And sometimes those heroes help decide where the money goes. They kept talking about their core values, which is being local, accountable, and volunteer-driven. As a reporter, I discovered what those core values meant. First, I met a deputy and a firefighter in Algonac, and we talked about what being local means. Thank you for meeting me, Mrs. Danielson and Mr. Doan.
Welcome to our town, Ella.
How long have you supported United Way?
Actually, not very long,
Why not?
because I didn't know how the United Way impacted our town until recently.
What do you mean?
I saw a ramp being constructed at a resident's home, and I checked it out. It was being built by the ramp crew and was paid for by the United Way. The ramp was something visible, but I learned United Way does so much more behind the scenes every day.
Last year they helped over 100 local residents. Programs focus on youth, health, and senior services.
What else do they do that's local?
I like knowing the dollars that are given here stay here, and they help the people who raise their families here.
Luckily, the United Way is there to save the day. And thank you for your support by being local hometown heroes. Holy information, Batman. Oh, Layla. It was a lot of detail. That's gotta be the reason why my parents had a hard time answering my questions. Guess what? United Way told me they helped 12,632 people last year. Next, I met the county sheriff, and we talked about accountability. Thank you for meeting with me, Sheriff Donlin. I'd like to understand why you think United Way is accountable to its donors and its residents.
Well, it's my pleasure, Ella.
Did you know the money that is raised here stays here?
I sure do. I'm actually secretary of the board, and we make certain the United Way helps residents in every town in St. Clair County.
What else does United Way do to be responsible?
The volunteers monitor the money closely by using everyday people.
Like who?
Hometown heroes like bankers, industrial employees, retail store workers, accountants, and retirees. They make sure the money is helping our residents and they are following the policies set by the board. In the western area of the county, we have 1 volunteer serving on our review committee and 3 volunteers on our board.
So people like my own family can make the decisions?
They sure can, Ella.
Where does the money go?
Last year, they funded 43 programs, such as People's Clinic, which helps people with their medical prescription needs.
That's neat.
It's a responsible community investment.
Thank you for keeping our town safe. Next, I went to St. Clair and learned what United Way means when they say they are volunteer-driven. I met Wade, who works at Cargill Salt. Hi, Wade. Thank you for meeting me. United Way talked about being volunteer-driven. And I hear you can help explain what that means.
Sure, Ella. I've been involved with United Way for 18 years.
I've worked with people at Cargill who volunteered in nearly every capacity of the organization.
How do they do it?
The volunteers on the campaign cabinet raise the money, then the volunteers on the Citizen Review Committee spend the money, and the board of the directors, they approve the recommendation, and they're the administrator of the entire organization. It's really cool. I've watched United Way help and address the needs of so many people throughout the years.
Sounds like volunteers do an awesome job.
They do, and they're accountable by making certain everything stays here, in our hometown.
Thank you, Wade. That covers core values, but there's still more. I got to meet the McPhail family and learned that our hometown heroes are everywhere. They reached out to United Way, never realizing what they could do. Thank you for meeting me. United Way said that they helped your family.
Yeah, last year on May 2nd, I had gotten a call that my son Nick had been in a terrible accident.
I was on my dirt bike. I had fallen before, but this time was different. I couldn't feel my legs because I was paralyzed.
So what happened next?
I was in intense therapy for about a year.
Throughout this process, Nick's independence and positive attitude has never changed. He has grown and overcome the odds. United Way was there to help our son Nick. They were here to help build a ramp, and the ramp gave us peace of mind because we knew that our son would be safe at his home if there were ever an emergency.
They also helped connect me with other programs and services to help offset expenses.
They've done so much more than I ever imagined for our son Nick. Thank you.
I'm grateful every day because I'm still improving and have been able to remain living in my own home.
Thank you for your time and sharing your story. Wow! I had no idea United Way does so much. Luckily, our hometown really works together to help people. Finally, I shared what I learned with Becky Smith, President and CEO of Lake Huron Medical Center.
Thank you for your help, Ella. I heard your sister was here too.
Yes, she was in the studio.
That's great. I believe in families in our community supporting one another. What did you learn about the United Way?
After my interviews, I realized they use hometown heroes to make sure all the money is really helping local people. Even though United Way's core values are different, they are alike. Without being local, accountable, and volunteer-driven, there wouldn't be a United Way. They can't do all the amazing things without everyone coming together to support it.
You've done a great job capturing what United Way is and how our hometown heroes help local residents. I was born and raised here. This is my hometown. I'm proud to be a part of United Way because we're helping 23 organizations that do not have the ability to raise money on their own.
Thank you.
Ella has explained the core values, but without our hometown heroes, we could not have impacted 43 programs last year. As the 2016 campaign chair, I encourage you to join me to impact the community by giving to United Way of St. Clair County. Thank you.
Well, that's about it for this edition of the Focus program. Thanks very much for tuning in. Got lots of information for you next week, so make sure you tune in. The Rec Department in Marine City and the Rec Department in St. Clair are planning big things for the first of the year for you. So make sure you come back next week and see what the recreation departments of Marine City and St. Clair are doing. Till then, Paul Dingeman. See you soon.
Thanks for watching Focus with Paul Dingeman. Focus is produced at the CTV Community Television Studios in St. Clair. For over 20 years, CTV has captured the moments that matter to our community.